Hello tout le monde.
It was early morning. One of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one. You see, the Daltons got it in their heads to rob two banks at the same time. Two banks on the same damn street.
He can't stand against the Daltons.
Bonjour. Vous êtes qui?
Get him, boys! Shoot him, Emmett!
Let's go.
Story was Bob Dalton's girl was always right.
J'allais vous tirer
He
dessus.
had no ambition. Oh, you're nobody next to Jesse James, you'd say. Finally, the bastard took his brothers to Copperville just to shut her up.
Une balle de mort.
Well, the locals recognized the Daltons right off. Before they could get away, half the town took up arms to defend their property. Their first mistake was pulling a job in their own damn hometown.
You got us a hero. Put some holes in him! He'll die for the
Tous morts? Ah, j'ai bien fait mon job. Où ça? Pépite! Elle est où? Pépite! Là. Elle est où? Ah. Est-ce que c'est vraiment ça? Non. Non, c'est pas grave.
The brothers paid dearly for their stupidity, but everybody knows they had it coming.
There's more to it than that. I read all about that day, so I know for a fact that it went down very differently. First of all,
C'est bien de
it's
mentir,
high noon.
Silas.
A posse of U.S. deputy marshals were on the rooftop across the street.
Get ready, boys. They're gonna make a move.
The lawmen had been tracking the Daltons for months.
Mais
Now they
laisse-moi
finally
tuer
had
des
them
gens.
dead to rights. Among them was a bounty hunter feared by many a lawbreaker. This man had no intention of letting the Daltons slip away. The marshals tried to get the Daltons to surrender.
They'll give up eventually. We just gotta wait to send the bitches out.
This bounty hunter knew the brothers were far too proud to ever lay down their guns. He went in there alone to confront those criminals.
Pardon?
One of the marshals shouted, "Where are you going? Are you crazy?"
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Non mais du coup j'ai pas trouvé ma pépite. Hein.
But he paid him no mind.
Non. Ok.
He saw a way to get around to the back of the bank.
Et je me fais tirer par qui? Tirer sur qui?
Then he figured out how to hit the Daltons from a direction they weren't expecting. From above. Fortunately, a water tower was right there. A moment later, he
Ah,
was
c'est les
climbing up
Dalton,
a
bah
steep
oui.
ladder, laughing at danger as he did. It was brave men like him who risked their lives to tame this wild country.
Je me serais fait. J'aurais pleuré. Ouais. Ok.
We've got company.
Heroic men like him, who did what other men couldn't or wouldn't to make this country free.
Ouais.
Like Jim Bowie and Davy Crockett, who died defending the Alamo.
Is that Silas Greaves? Son of a bitch! Come out, you yellow bastard!
C'est tout?
Brother, I'm gonna make you pay for that.
Oh, j'aurais pu les prendre. Où ça? Ok.
Over there!
Eh oh, oh, oh. Grenadier, générosité. Oh. Bah, grenadier avant, apparemment.
That's Silas Greaves! What the hell?
Blam! Blam! He came away victorious, taking down
Quoi?
those thieving Daltons.
Tu coupes.
Had enough?
Y'a rien. Ok.
His name was Silas Greaves, and when the dust finally settled, he was the last man standing.
Voilà.
Sorry, kid, but that just wasn't the way it happened.
Ah mais faut savoir c'est quoi la véritable version du coup.
It was early evening, not high noon. The Daltons blew up a safe, and were all set to hightail it out of there. I was late to the party, and Coffeyville was already up in arms. Those pathetic deputies surrounding the bank were dropping like flies.
Oh. Toute ressemblance avec leur cousin est purement fortuite. Bob et Matt et Grat.
I had been tracking those jokers for
Les frères
months,
Dalton.
waiting for them to do something reckless. And finally, they did. Those stupid bastards decided to rob 2 banks at the same time in the same town where everybody knew them. But they still had friends in coffee.
Wow, wow, wow. Mais t'es qui toi? Mais attends, mais ils ont tourné, non? Qu'est-ce qu'ils sont là-bas? Non!
Those friends came after me like a pack of wild dogs, tooth and nail. They were coming at me from all directions.
C'est tout?
I caught sight of the Daltons running with the money and didn't want to lose them. Problem was, they knew the town better than I did. And to top it off, I found myself in the middle of another shootout entirely.
Did the Daltons hole up in somebody's house?
No, it was the Smiths, I believe. They were cousins of the Daltons. And they were shooting at the Browns, who were shooting at the Daltons. Which wasn't any surprise, because those two families have been feuding forever. And since the Joneses are related to the Browns, they shot at the Smiths, pissing off the Heimhoffers, whose daughter recently married a Smith. Well, bullets were flying every which way as all the old feuds in Kansas caught fire all at once. There was a hell of a lot of pissed off people in Coffeyville that day. But that's just the way life is sometimes. Shit happens.
C'est bon? T'auras la personne. Ok.
The Dalton boys knew I would never give up. Those Daltons weren't the sharpest knives in the drawer, but they always stood together. They set a trap to slow me down and allow at least two of them to escape. The third brother stayed behind to plan me, just in case that trap of theirs didn't work. It was Emmett, the youngest, and he decided to stand his ground and face me down.
I ain't afraid of you, Silas Greaves. This is where it ends for you.
He was determined to protect his brothers. And I understood how he felt. Taking me on all by his lonesome wasn't exactly a recipe for long.
Let you where you stand. Lucky bastard.
Ah!
Gonna beat
Ça fait
you
mal,
like a
il est où?
redheaded stepchild.
C'est bon.
But Emmett Dalton survived the robbery in Coffeyville. He's the only Dalton who did.
They say he was shot 23 times.
Well, Dwight, who do you think put all those damn holes in him?
Ça fait beaucoup quand même, 23.
But I have to admit, that boy had grit.
We'll get those suckers.
It took me a couple of days to track the Daltons down.
They can't get away with this.
And in that time, a whole posse of local vigilantes offered to lend a hand.
We'll track him to the ends of the earth.
They seemed as determined as me to find those outlaws. But as we headed into those swamps, it was like I had my own private army. There was no way those boys were getting away this time.
It was early fall, right? Beautiful time of year. At least you had the weather on your side.
Not by my recollection. It was damp and foggy as hell.
Automne, bof, hein.
It was tough to stay on a true course, so we kept an eye out for landmarks.
Y'a rien. Okay.
It was autumn. The maple trees were in full color, red as blood.
Comment
The rains that year were torrential, so the whole area was flooded. The vigilantes had spread out wide, and pretty soon I couldn't see anybody.
Du feu ici, genre. Tout à fait normal. Voilà. Oh.
Bury them in the snow! Plant them where they stand! Except for some bitches ahead of me wanting to do me harm. So I had to face them alone. I wondered why my compatriots didn't come running when they heard the shots.
So did you find the Daltons?
Not yet, but I did have the questionable pleasure of meeting a few of their friends.
Ah mais tu tires dans le vide. Ok, je vais jouer comme ça. C'est une blague. C'est bon?
The boys had established quite a reputation by that time, so they attracted all manner of riffraff to their cause.
Ouh. Non!
Let's see what you got.
Vas-y. C'est le dernier.
Point being, I was under serious attack. My reinforcements was nowhere to be seen. Somebody kill that son.
Ouais.
Let's just end this.
How you like that?
Ouais.
But luckily, a barn materialized as if right before my eyes. I scrambled up top to get a better view.
Toujours plus, hein. 9 balles. Là. Pardon. Ah. Hey. Bon.
But just ended up falling inside.
So, how did you get out?
The barn doors was open. About right then, I saw some suspicious characters running for the bushes. Of course, I followed them.
Ouais, non. Pas ouf.
But that goddamn swamp was like a goddamn maze, and pretty soon I had no goddamn idea where I was. Steve?
Sérieusement?
So I just started walking, and pretty soon...
Ah, j'allais la voir.
Steve? Steve?
Ah, mais il est en train de dormir, laisse-le.
No, I'm listening.
Non, non, il dort.
Indians surrounded me from all sides.
Non. Non, non, non. Toujours les Indiens, ouais.
Indians?
There were Indians.
No. I just wanted to make sure Steve was paying attention. Now, where was I?
You were following the Daltons through a swamp?
That's right. See, Steve? Dwight's paying attention.
Oh, I'm listening. I was just resting my eyes.
Bien sûr, Steve.
So, where was I?
The Daltons.
Right. See, there's a reason so many outlaw gangs are made up of brothers. Being a brother is a very sacred thing. It's a bond like no other.
Bounty hunters! Stop that, so
Non!
So did you ever find the damn Daltons?
Not yet, but I did find a few of their cousins. You Kansans breed like rabbits. Or Smiths or Heimhoffers or who knows what. But hell, what's more important than family? I'll bet Ben knows what I'm talking about.
Mais... Sérieusement. Ça, c'était censé l'avoir dans la tête. Go!
Bury him in the swamp!
Il est où? Ah ah ah!
Somebody kill that sumbitch!
Deux secondes, hein. Laisse-moi récupérer ma lame. Je sais. Hey. Ils sont tous morts.
You can't get me. Ain't bothered me none.
Non! Vas-y, vas-y, t'inquiète, monte ta tête, monte ta tête.
What are you gonna do?
Vas-y, vas-y. C'est bon.
Oh, now.
Ah, il y en a deux. J'avais pas vu qu'il y en avait deux.
Wait.
Ah!
Now you're in trouble.
Mais qui?
A lot of those paths seem to be leading nowhere.
Oh, oh, oh. Il est où? Mais... À l'aide! Encore? Il est où? Mais... C'est grave ça. Yeah.
That's it for you. I knew those Dalton boys were out there somewhere, standing together against anyone who would threaten them. And that's when I saw it. A goddamn steamboat.
A steamboat in a swamp?
Yeah, Steve, but this wasn't much more than a wreck, really.
But how'd a damn steamboat end up in the swamps?
Guess it floated off during the flood of '89.
Now, was it a stern wheeler or a side wheeler?
What? Does that really make a difference, Steve? It was a steamboat with a goddamn army on board. It was then that a fusillade of bullets come raining down from on high, and those vigilantes who accompanied me weren't anywhere to be found. But among those men that were shooting at me, I thought I saw some familiar faces.
Des balles? Non. Apparemment, il donne pas de balles. Mais j'avais pas vu. Laisse-moi entrer.
Somewhere up there, the Daltons were waiting on me.
Yeah, you know you can't beat me.
Non. Je comptais sans fou. T'étais pas là de base.
Sounds like you don't give up too easy.
That's the kind of man I am, Ben. I set out to do something. I do it. Surrender just ain't in my nature. Plus, I'm stubborn as hell.
J'aime bien, j'aime bien. Attends, genre il y avait ça, ils l'ont pas utilisé. Mais ils sont nuls. T'as une Gatling et tu l'utilises pas. C'est sûr. Bah voilà, c'est tous. Laisse-moi tranquille. Non. C'est bon.
Right about then, much to my relief, The vigilantes finally arrived.
Attends,
Their
donc les...
leader motioned at a cabin
ils sont
in the
tout
middle
en
of
haut,
the top
mais ils se sont
deck,
pas occupés de ceux d'en bas.
pointing me directly at the Daltons. I finally had them, after months of dogged pursuit. Huh? But it turned out that they had me.
Take him out! I'm sending you to hell!
Ok.
The Daltons had played me like a fiddle.
After all this,
Apparently, the vigilantes were on their damn payroll. They didn't just want to shoot me. They wanted to burn me alive.
Ah, mais je dois
But
courir
finding
où?
my way out of a burning labyrinth proved to be quite a
It
challenge.
was a riverboat, right? I mean, it's not like it was a goddamn ocean liner.
Well, yeah, but I was just fine.
About that ship that's gonna launch next year. Oh, just one in the world.
You're
What I'm
talking about
Allez,
the
allez, allez.
Titanic. If you ask me, it's too blessed big. I don't think it'll even float.
So anyway,
Don't be stupid, Steve. They know what they're doing. They say that the Titanic is unsafe.
oh God,
But getting back to that steamboat, how'd you get off it, Mr. Greaves?
I took in a
Mais-
lot of smoke that day, so I admit my recollection might be
Allez.
a bit hazy. But somehow I
Oh là
managed
là.
to finally disembark. It was time to settle
Allez!
this
Ça me
once and
paraît
for
bien.
all.
Allez. Ça, j'aime bien. Je savais bien qu'elle allait me servir à force. Ouais, tout à l'heure, je l'ai.
Bob and Grant weren't about to come at
C'est
me
bon?
one at a time. They were in this together.
Très robuste là. Propose quoi? Ah. Ça peut être bien, je pense.
Two brothers side by side, determined to take me down.
Pardon?
Confident that this time the odds were on their side.
Je me focalise sur qui? Je suis sûre que c'est même pas le bon en plus. Mais... Il a pas fait deux. En fait, je me focalise sur lui, voilà. Je veux pas être en lâche. Non. 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 Il s'est tué. stop parce que j'appuie sur moi.
Two brothers side by side, determined to take me down. Confident that this time the odds were on their side.
Oh mais tiens, un duel 2 contre 1, c'est mais c'est pas loyal. Non, c'est bien.
They got it wrong. A sad end for those two. If they'd only known that Emmett was still alive despite his wounds. Paroled 14 years later.
Puis
He
c'est la
moved to
paupière qui
California
tremble
and
et
sold
tout,
real
pas
estate and
possible.
lived off the legend of that fateful day. And the tragic death of his two brothers. My own brothers died tragically as well, truth be told.
Wild bench.
It was 1868, and me and my older brothers were pulling a tidy profit running cattle into Juarez, Mexico. One night after my brothers retired for the evening, I found a little poker game in a cantina with a couple of cowboys.
Est-ce qu'il va parler
And
des
I
frères
just
Marcol?
couldn't lose. I even won an old Spanish coin that had to be 100 years old. Well, I was mighty pleased with myself the next morning as my brothers and I rode for Texas. But before we crossed the border, those cowboys caught up with us.
Bah oui.
It was Johnny Ringo, Roscoe Bob Bryant, and another asshole named Jim. They wanted their money back and everything else we had, including our lives, as those boys didn't want us coming for them later. Bob put that old Spanish coin in my mouth and said, "I won't have it said that I left you with nothing, boy." Well, those horses bolted, and there we hung as those bastards rode away. The branch finally snapped under the weight of the three of us, but being my older brothers were bigger and heavier, they were already dead. And right then I swore to myself that I would avenge them. Ringo you know about. But Bob eluded me, until I heard he was riding with the Wild Bunch.
Des rêves sur la prairie.
I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains. Led by Butch Cassidy, they were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. I'd heard about a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop.
On me rappelle le premier de la Juarez.
Well, I assumed the Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above. So I had no choice but to make my way up through the passenger cars dangling down. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Hop. Ouais. Laissez-moi sortir. C'est bon, tu tombes si tu veux. Voilà. Mais pas avec moi, genre. Pardon, mais... Ok. Non, pas tenté. C'est mieux.
I found the device they used to blow the tracks, so I knew I was headed in the right direction.
Non. Comme ça.
My ears are still ringing from blowing up that bridge.
What'd you say? I can't hear.
Well, I made my way off unscathed and came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them. From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route.
Time to die!
But first, I would need to get my ass out of there.
Oh. T'inquiète. Voilà bas, voilà bas, voilà bas, voilà bas.
I jumped from the frying pan into the fire as the train was clearly fixing to fall.
Mais ça gigotait et
But
tout.
in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados.
Comment ça s'appelle déjà? Moi je voulais les pièces.
Outside, inside, any way I could, I made my way towards my prey.
Pardon, mais... C'est bon?
Ah, damn you!
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day.
N'importe quoi, lui. C'est bon? Yo.
As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights. But I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway. So I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
Nope. Okay, pas.
Times it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Ah. J'ai tiré dans ta tête de base. Mais bien sûr. Allez-y. Creusez de pouce. Voilà. C'est quoi? Voilà. C'est bon, c'est assez propre. Il y en a trois. C'est où?
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a hand.
Like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about. Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Beautiful, Supercar, Kincaid, LCD, Kid Curry, Watch Cassidy et Sundance Kid. Sundance.
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the wild bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Who the hell is that?
Mais
Leave that son of a bitch! Cover! Retreat!
Mais... C'est bon. On m'a saoulé.
He's killing everybody. He'll kill us all.
You ready for a belly full of...
Pépite.
Brother, I'm gonna make you pay for that.
Que? Ah non, 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 ils sont de... On est d'accord, de base, il était censé être mort.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they?
Oh.
Only a few stragglers were left, and I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail.
On a d'autres?
Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nosed Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry, and maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that.
Arrête de bouger. Arrête. Toucher. Combien de temps à agir?
On that very same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America. They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
Une heure 30 pour l'enfer.
I tried to find Bob Bryant, but it was as if he'd disappeared. Sometime later, I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail, and now he was running the whole shebang.
Pas de gâchis, combo plus élevé en concentration, jet plus efficace concentré et pas spacieuse. Cette cartouche est...
So I took to their trail, as I was still in pursuit of my brother's killer and hoped that he was back with him.
Mais...
That kid Curry's kind of crazy, ain't he?
Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp right outside Parachute, Colorado.
Who's shooting at us? We're under fire!
Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down. Old Bob wasn't among them, and neither was Kid Curry. I could sense him close by, however, plotting something nasty. I just needed a clue as to their whereabouts.
Voilà. Je sais pas où. Ah. Oh oh. Allez, il est où votre truc? Marrant. Hein. Est-ce que je suis arrivé de là? Aouh. Donc ça s'enfonce là-bas.
And I found one. A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle. Property of the Union Pacific. The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports. Kid Curry was considered the wildest of the wild bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children, though some say it was only 5. Kid Curry had bragged to a whore how he was gonna rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in Denver. And that whore, Fat Sally, she told me. The bridge was rigged with dynamite, so I decided I'd best be careful confronting those bastards.
Ouais.
A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
Don't you blow us up now.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
But the Wild Bunch did not take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off. It appeared the kid had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks. Yes, there's always desperate men willing to trade their lives for stolen treasure.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well remove the other one. Once that was done, I figured I'd find my way from there.
Wow. J'aime bien, j'aime bien. Ah. J'ai tiré dans ta tête, j'ai tiré dans ta tête.
So, what happened then?
Had to remove more of that damn dynamite.
It must have been terrifying trying to make your way across.
I was sweating it a bit, but then I noticed a footbridge tied up on high, so I shot the rope.
Quoi? Où? Juste pour être sûr qu'il était vraiment mort. Genre.
So that was all the dynamite?
Funny you should mention that, darling. As actually there was a fourth charge impeding my progress. Once I removed it, my path was pretty clear.
Voilà. Wesh. Et voilà. Hein? Quoi? Y'a pas de balles qui traînent. Y'a pas de
So I
balles.
proceeded onward. I realized that way just wasn't gonna work. I needed an alternate path forward.
Il m'a dit pépite. Ah, pépite là-haut. Ah, elle est là.
Of course, I had to tread carefully. Otherwise, I could, well, die.
Logique, sauf que c'est en bug. Attends, quoi? Y a pas d'autres balles? Oh. Je suis pas sûre. Je suis pas sûre. On fait venir au tout début, genre. Non. Si. Ok, faut que je monte là. Mais comment j'attends là-bas là?
I hope you understand how badly my adventure might have ended had I not been as careful as hell.
En bas. Ah, voilà.
Luckily, I found a cave, and as I made my way back to the bridge, I saw something that concerned me. It was a long, burning fuse, and it was moving fast as hell. I had to catch it.
Pépite. Ah.
Now, reaching it in time would have been
Oui,
unfortunate.
bah, j'ai pris mon temps. C'est tout. Ah.
The burning fuse was so damn quick, I had to run like the wind. I almost had it, but no. Thought I was gonna have a coronary when I lost sight of those sparks.
Je me suis fait éjecte. Je suis fait éjecte.
Get off the bridge!
I knew that failure meant boom. Then, finally, at the last moment.
Huh?
Whew. Of course, I was successful, or clearly I wouldn't be talking to you folks here today.
Du coup, je vais récupérer ma pépitas. Nice, pépitas. Et qui est là en dessous? Très bien. En plus!
Naturally, I removed the last dynamite charge.
Well, it was a touching reunion.
Mm-hmm. On va pas être potes tous les mois. Ça y est. Ah 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 ah. Il saute bizarrement. C'est bon. Preuve de permis plus compact. Ok. Nul.
But by this time, I was thoroughly exhausted and dragging my ass as I was not a young man anymore.
Kill that enemy! Make him bleed!
Send him to perdition!
Finally, I found those boys. Or more precisely, they found me.
Push, 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 push! Yeah. Et ouais.
Chasseur, keep going against me!
C'est bon? Apparemment non. C'est que ça.
Just when I thought things couldn't get worse, Kid Curry opened up on me with a goddamn Gatling gun. It was hidden in this tunnel and pretty well shielded.
Non. En plus c'est de la triche. Il a une espèce de bouclier, wesh. Ah ouais. C'est bon? Ah, même pas la peine. Bon, on est là-haut. Non, abuse pas. Je le touche même pas. C'est bon. Cours, 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 je sais pas. Là. Non. Ouais. Que dalle.
Luckily, I had located some dynamite. I still, however, had my work cut out for me.
Ok. Non, non, non. 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 Je suis fail, c'est bon. Non.
Stand still so I can
Même pas. Même pas. Ah, c'est bon. Voilà. Non, pas touché. Oh, gars! J'ai pu! N'importe quoi! Non, non, non! 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 Mais meurs! 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 N'importe quoi!
Eventually, I brought that tunnel down. And that's when I met Kid Curry himself. He had decided to stop pussyfooting around and deal with me personally.
Plus jamais, plus jamais. Comme par hasard. Non, mais non, c'était pas concentré. C'était pas concentré. Non, c'est fou, hein. Abuse pas.
I was just a bit faster.
T'es archi pas plus rapide. Nul.
As he lay wounded, I demanded to know the whereabouts of Roscoe Bob Bryant. He shouted at me. Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch and Sundance to South America. You ain't never finding him.
Ouais, elle partait de l'autre côté, hein. Elle partait grave de l'autre côté, hein. C'est quoi pour rappel, je me baisse, voilà.
Is that what this is about? Bob went with Butch and Sundance to South America. You ain't never finding him. Those were his last words.
Bah oui, encore heureux. Au revoir.
So, Bob Bryant got away?
I knew I'd never find him in South America.
What about the other killer?
Yeah, you kinda glossed over that one.
Well, I found Jim not long after my showdown with Ringo. At the time, he was riding with the James Younger gang. Did I neglect to mention that?
Jesse James.
Jesse James? The greatest outlaw who ever lived?
Jesse and his kin rode with Quantrill when he raided Lawrence, Kansas, and killed near 200 people, boy.
Nothing great about that.
And from there, him and his brother went on to rob banks and trains from Kansas to Missouri.
Which is why there was such a rich bounty on their heads. 40 grand for both of them, dead or alive. That's one hell of a payday.
La mort était du voyage.
I confronted them as they were robbing a train. Bullets were flying at me from every which way. But I knew I'd have to fight my way forward if I was gonna find this Jim.
Mais sérieux? Je vous aime pas, monsieur. Y a pas des balles qui traînent par-ci, par-là. Ah!
Now wait a second. Now, how'd they stop this train in the first place?
Mais
Well, the James boys were experts at this.
on dit qu'il pouvait arrêter les trains. Avec son simple regard, ouais, c'est ça, une connerie dans le genre, c'était sûr.
They hopped a freight train having heard there was a big payroll in the express safe. So, I hopped the same train.
Non, mais non, j'ai grave appuyé. Mais j'ai grave appuyé.
The James Younger gang was decimated after that little fiasco they had in Northfield, Minnesota. So Jesse needed more men and took on the killer I was after, along with a host of others.
Y'a rien là.
I was hoping to find my man and put a bullet in his head.
Pas de bol. Pas.
Climbing around that train, I must have swallowed 100 damn bugs before I
The
reached
James
that...
Younger gang pulled the first train robbery west of the Mississippi.
Il est pas tombé, wesh. Il était encore. Oh là là.
Climbing around that train, I must have swallowed 100 damn bugs before I
The
reached
James
that...
Younger gang pulled the first train robbery west of the Mississippi.
Sounds like you hold them in high regard.
Everyone knows they were the most famous outlaw gang ever.
And you took them all on by your lonesome. Again. I'm finding this all a little hard to swallow, friend.
Well, maybe you need to wash it down with some whiskey. By the way, did I mention that that train was flying down those tracks like a bat out of hell?
Damn him to hell!
Il a sa tête, non? Elle est là, sa tête. Monsieur, vous êtes pas très discret, quoi. Pardon. Il est d'où? C'est quoi ça? Ah, la dynamite. Ah,
Anyway, excuse me, Ben.
mais...
Where would I find the gentleman's facilities?
Oh.
Suddenly I have an urgent need to drain my one-eyed snake. Well, I've had more than a few drinks, and I've been sitting here for quite a spell.
Right
Je
through
suis
there.
belle.
Let me show you.
Je déteste. Donnez-moi des balles. J'ai besoin de balles. Oui? J'attends quoi? Je peux continuer l'histoire?
I never heard so much malarkey in my life.
You think he's bullshitting us?
You don't think he's Silas Greaves?
I think he's just some old drunk looking for some free liquor.
I don't know, Jack. I think I believe him. You don't think he met Jesse James?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. That story makes no sense at all.
Jack.
I mean, you gotta be 2 bricks short of a load to believe that cock and bull story.
I don't agree.
Jack, lay off the
You
bull.
seriously think that tired old man went toe-to-toe with Jesse James?
Well, that's better. Did I mention that this Jim was married to the infamous Belle Starr? Of course, I didn't learn that until later. Anyway, I made my way forward the best I could. Around the sides, over the roof.
Hein? Quoi? Ça marche. Ah non, bah... Mais non, mais... Quoi? Mais... Il sait même pas sauter! Mais... Il fait pas sauter du train! Oh là là! Ok.
At some point, some bitch saw me and shouted out, "It's the damn Pinkertons!" Now, I never worked for that limey cocksucker, but I guess they assumed I was one of his assassins.
Et où
Those
le
evil
dernier?
bastards firebombed Jesse's mother's house and killed his stepbrother. So it's no wonder each and every asshole on that train wanted me dead.
Everybody's always mistaking you for somebody else, aren't they? Why is that, I wonder?
Don't rightly know, Jack. I'm just telling you how I remember.
I bet you are.
Kill that pissant!
Come and get me, you got the guts! I will kill you!
I came across a flat car piled high with logs and had to come up with a creative way to make my way forward. I wondered if I was ever going to find the front of that train, or the bastard I was after. Jesse hired a damn army after Northfield. Guess he didn't want to be outgunned like that ever again.
Sérieusement?
Right about then,
Une
I was
Gatling
attacked by
encore?
some asshole on a Gatling gun.
Yeah, seems like you run into a lot of them.
Asshole?
Gatling guns.
Yes, I did. Now, I don't remember how I took it out. It was either a bullet or
Contre-attaque pour
dynamite.
l'instant de survie, il se peut qu'il en reste qu'un après avoir réussi à arrêter une balle matin. Oh, ça je veux bien.
Where would you find dynamite?
Does it really matter, Jack? You're messing with the flow of the story here.
Mais non, mais non. Ah mais il est invincible ou quoi? Voilà. Non. Vous pouvez pas donner des balles. Prends les balles, c'est bien de ouf. Alors c'est mieux que les armes. Vraiment mieux. Pas ouf. Je peux l'utiliser. Bon bah apparemment j'ai bon. Ah. Oh. J'aime bien, j'aime bien, j'aime bien. J'aime bien, j'aime bien.
I was looking for Jim and shooting any son of a bitch stupid enough to get in my way. And that included Jesse James himself.
Non mais non, j'ai visé ta tête. C'est bon. Et l'autre derrière. Quoi? Ah, mais en fait faut que je vise le chapeau.
There sure were a lot of men determined
J'avais
to
pas
die that day.
capté. Non, 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 non. Tu me déranges. J'ai 2 balles. Allez. Ça rejoint. Pas quelqu'un qui a une balle qui traîne.
It was then that Jesse detached the express car from the rest of the damn train.
Ah ouais. Ouh là. Hey. Non mais non, je me suis baissé. Je me suis baissé. Je me suis baissé. Esquive. Esquive. Ouah. Esquive.
I could see Jesse waiting for me, fixing to kill me so he could get away with all that money.
Il y a du feu en fait.
You had a showdown with Jesse James?
Of course he didn't. Everybody knows that Jesse was killed by Bob Ford.
Yeah, Jesse went out like John Wesley Hardin. Coward shot him in the back of the head.
Guess it doesn't matter how far you run, does it, Ben? Your past always catches up with you.
Heureusement.
Yeah, I didn't kill Jesse James. Just wounded him bad enough to convince him to hang up his guns.
What about that Jim fella? What happened to him?
I figure he was up front with a gun to the engineer's head. That bastard slipped away again. I'll tell you how I got him. But first I need to wet my whistle.
Ineffaçable.
After my showdown with Jesse, I continued to track his brother, Frank, and that son of a bitch, Jim. I followed those bastards into the high mountains as they were going to ground.
What mountains would that be?
Somewhere in the Ozarks, I believe. The perfect place to hide out from the authorities.
Plus de balles, plus rien. $42 balles, ça passe.
In fact, before I could find them, some Indians who fled the Reds and were hiding out from the military found me first. They probably thought I was a cavalry scout and didn't want me telling the military where they were.
Engines?
Yeah, they could have been shot down, but there was all sorts of renegades roaming the landscape back then.
Attends, il venait... Ouais, il venait 120. Enfin, on va avoir un tomahawk. Tomahawk, c'est bien. Dommage, j'ai pas de tomahawk. Ouais, je donne juste des coups de crosse. Coups de crosse. Faut que j'en laisse un s'approcher. Ouah! Dégage! Voilà. Juste pour vous montrer, c'est bien
how
les
about
coups de
another
crosse.
whiskey, Ben? Nothing better to soothe the troubled soul.
Non. C'est beaucoup trop calme.
Now, where was I? Indians, right. I had more than my share of run-ins with the red man. Like that time... Did I tell you about Grey Wolf?
Yes, sir. You did.
Ah, of course I did. In fact, I can still remember that old medicine man's words.
Jesus Christ, we're back to that again?
Oh.
You carry great darkness in your heart. It will claim your soul. You will come to this place again.
Non, mais non, Sérieusement.
And the darkness will grow until it consumes everything
Mais
you are.
c'est une blague. C'est bon. J'ai toujours plus. Je vais pas avoir autant de balles. Hein. Parce qu'ils sont plus. J'ai une munition limitée ou quoi?
So, did you ever find him? Who? The man you are after.
Let me ask you something, Ben. You ever think about death?
Mr. Greaves, are you all right?
Ooh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over till another year? What is this that I can't see with ice cold hands taking hold of me? Well, I am death, none can excel I'll open the door to heaven or hell. Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spare me over till another year?
De carabine à canon. Oh.
Oh, death, someone would pray. Could you wait to call me another day?
Sérieusement.
Oh, death, won't you spare me over till another year?
So are you gonna answer the question?
What question is that?
Jim Reed. Did you ever find him?
Reed was indeed that son bitch's surname. That's right, Ben. A despicable character. I remember him laughing like a hyena that cold morning they lynched me and my brothers. He was intent on avoiding my vengeance, but nothing was gonna stop me. Nothing.
Frank James, le frère de Jesse James.
I finally did track those outlaws down. They had long rifles with scopes and were well positioned to pick off any poor soul who came anywhere close.
J'étais pas prête aussi. You
I'm guessing Frank James believed I was responsible for the demise of his brother Jesse. I couldn't really disagree with the man, as I thought Jesse was dead then as well.
You?
He backed off as I closed in on him, but he was still intent on killing me. And when I closed in on him again, he backed off again, looking for a better angle on me.
Yep. Par contre, mec, ça va 2 minutes, hein.
I can't fault Frank for wanting his revenge, as I was there for the same damn reason myself. At this point, I'm guessing you think Silas Greaves is a worse murderer than Jim Reed ever was.
No, sir.
A man who spent half his life killing somebody's brothers, fathers, sons.
I think you were just looking for justice, sir.
Is that what I was looking for, Dwight? Is that what it was? Justice?
Mais c'est pas pourquoi.
Isn't that why you were hunting the James gang?
Right.
Sérieusement?
I finally found Frank holed up in his mountain cabin, and he was determined to have me dead.
Oh.
It was a pitched battle that could have gone either way. Luckily, I had some dynamite in my possession.
Dynamite. On your person.
A few sticks, just in case. It's always good to be prepared.
Right.
I'm just laying out the facts as I remember them, Jack.
Take him out! He's just one man! He's only one man! Die! Watch that bastard dead! This is gonna hurt!
That old shack? Well, it went tumbling right off that cliff.
With Frank James still in it?
Yes, sir.
But Frank James is still alive, living in Missouri, showing folks around the family farm for 25 cents a tour.
I didn't say he died in the fall, now did I?
C'est pas bien de mentir, Silas.
I'm done with this damnable outlaw life! Kill me, don't kill me, do what you will! At this point, I just don't give a shit!
I explained to Frank that I had nothing against him personally and that I was looking for someone else.
You want Reed? Have at him! I never did like that bastard! I am done here!
We parted in peace as Frank pointed out the path to my prey before making his way back down the hill.
Ouais. Tu crois moyen. Après, moi, je t'aurais mis une balle dans le crâne. Oh, mais vas-y, skip. Tu fais visiter ta ferme pour 25 cents. Du coup, c'est pas ouf de base.
So, what happened with Reed?
Well, I finally found the last of the gang hiding in a nearby cave. First, I had to dispatch the lookouts. But I was determined not to let that murderer escape my revenge again.
Ah!
Just met your match.
L'autre là.
But rather than wander in willy-nilly, I decided it would be better to smoke that sumbitch out. Hey, Reed! I shouted. No wonder you're so ornery. Can't be easy being married to Belle Starr. While you're off providing for the family, she's spreading her legs for every Tom, Dick, and Cole Younger. Not an attractive woman exactly, but very friendly. At least she was to me.
Son of a
Pas gentil ça.
It was then that the last bunch of bandits jumped out of hiding.
Why won't this asshole give up? Would someone please kill him?
Ça, son problème. À parler. Pour rien de dire. Ouais, j'ai raté. Putain. Mais c'est bon, je t'ai touché. Ah, j'ai touché. Là, j'ai touché. Là, j'ai touché. 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 Pas touché. Oh, oh. Allez Oh là là.
Time to fill you full of lead.
C'est moi qui l'ai dernier.
It was just me and Reed. I had waited a long time to face him down, so I could repay him for what he did to my brothers.
Je t'aime pas. Pardon? Pardon? Pourquoi j'ai tourné de l'autre côté? Faut que j'arrête de tourner de l'autre côté. Ah! Le pire qui sursaute. J'ai dit, faut que j'arrête de tourner de l'autre côté. J'en ai marre de faire cette erreur. Erreur de débutant. Aïe.
I had waited a long time to face him down, so I could repay him for what he did to my brothers.
Ouais, t'inquiète, on va se venger, il va mourir. Il rejoindra le monde des bisounours. Je peux pas tourner à gauche, je peux pas tourner à droite. J'attends. Et je tourne au dernier moment. C'est pas ouf. Hein. Non, c'est une
And
blague.
repay him I did.
Je tire, mais après, je prends pas en compte que le mec il se déplace, wesh.
Well, I don't know about you boys, but I'm pretty beat.
Well, it's too damn bad you never found that Bob character. Seems a shame he never had to pay.
Well, funny thing about that, I did have one more chance at him.
The Wild Bunch. Encore.
6 months ago, I heard that Butch and Sundance were back in the States and had gathered up some of their old gang. I tracked them down, hoping that Roscoe Bob Bryant had returned with them.
So you're saying they didn't die down in Bolivia?
That's what I'm saying.
Le bon, la meute et le mourant. Et pas le truand.
"40 years I had waited to get my hands on the last of my brother's killers. Not even an army of demons could have stopped me now.
Mais quoi?
Both Johnny Ringo and Jim Reed fell fairly quickly. But the last one, Roscoe
Mais
Bob
je t'ai dit,
Bryant,
meurs!
That son of a bitch
Il veut
had
pas
managed to
mourir.
escape my vengeance time and time again. I couldn't even be certain I'd recognize him after all those years. By now, he had to be close to 70.
Qui? Où?
For all
What?
you know, he could have been dead.
That thought had indeed crossed my mind,
Ah.
as did others.
N'importe quoi, hein.
For instance,
Et
did
puis,
my
je vais vous
thirst
faire
for
des
vengeance turn
embuscades,
me
ça va.
into something worse than the man I was after? By this point in
Jamais.
my storied career, I had killed more men than Bob Bryant ever had. I was furious as hell at that bastard for making me who I am. A man with no family, no friends, no purpose except shooting Bob Bryant dead.
On peut pas rentrer dedans. Ici non plus. Dommage. Là on peut. Il n'y a même pas de pépites. Nul. Et non. Là.
Nothing could stop me from taking his life. I'd been after that killer forever. From the time I rode with Billy the Kid. But that chapter of my story you already know.
Chapter of that fairy tale, you mean?
Suddenly it was 1910. There I was, an old man roaming a ghost town dead almost 2 decades.
Oula. Ok.
The town was falling apart, just like me.
Ok. Par contre, les bruits de chiens là, ils me suivent là,
But
c'est
I
pas
wasn't
ouf.
about to call it quits.
Oups.
Even though the ghosts of my dead brothers were begging me to end what I started so long ago.
Mr. Greaves, are you all right? Would you like some water?
The Wild Bunch knew I was there. They were after a treasure they had hidden before they fled, buried in the grave of a dead amigo.
Trappeur de carabine. Ah non, j'ai déjà. Plus près. Plus de concentration en vous partant.
Some folks think the town is haunted, so they figured there wouldn't be many people poking around.
Non! Monkey.
I intended to fill that grave with Bob Bryant's corpse. But like I said, the bandits knew I was on to them. They lured me in and hit me with everything they had.
Oh! Non. Non mais non, t'abuses.
You obviously prevailed
Now.
since you said you were
Ah. Oh là là. Une seconde.
But you obviously prevailed since you set this down.
Actually, in that moment, I did not prevail.
C'est bon.
So I suppose we're talking to a ghost.
Funny you should put it like that, Jack.
Wesh. Sérieusement.
Because when I woke up,
From the dead?
Apparemment non.
there was silence all around me.
Oh.
I could swear to God I saw Billy then.
Billy who?
Billy, the kid. William Bonney. He was shooting at me from a rooftop.
Quoi?
Here, there, and even over there.
So I am right. You are titched in the head.
Ouais.
Mr. Greaves, perhaps we should switch you to coffee?
You see that old Indian again, too?
No, but I did see Billy's killer. Patrick Floyd Garrett. He
Yeah.
came at me guns a-blazing.
Mais en fait, tu vois
That
juste
old
le
war
mec
horse
là,
had
puis le...
died 2 years
Quoi?
before. I wondered if maybe I was dead too and confronting the ghosts of my past.
Ouais.
Perhaps all my sins were coming back to haunt me and drag me down to perdition.
Et Hein? Ok. Tu Billy. Alors que de base, Billy c'était son pote. Hein?
I saw Henry Plummer throw dynamite at me.
Pardon. C'est ça. Ok, là, de l'autre côté. En bas.
And in the gates of the cemetery,
Henry
I saw
Plummer.
John Wesley Hardin, just like I remembered him.
Je vois pas. Ah. Qui est le prochain? John Wesley Hardin. Non, shoot! Oh,
Robert Ollinger appeared with his terrible double-barrel shotgun.
ouais,
But
Come
no
on.
ghost army was stopping me.
My father-in-law got hit with a falling branch. He spent the rest of his life talking to dogs.
Faut pas dire que je suis fou.
Newman Hayes Clanton, William Brocious, John Peters Ringo, they all wanted me dead.
Bah oh. C'est bon. Ah. Là, les frères Dalton. Ah non, même pas. Ouh.
The Dalton brothers,
Johnny Ringo.
Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead.
Ah. Bon, en fait, j'ai une armure, même ça sert à rien.
George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond. Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed. Each one deader than the next.
Tout ça. Oh, oh.
I thought I would go crazy. Thought.
C'est bon? Ah. Aouh. Laisse-moi tranquille. Aouh.
Finally, I saw Harry Alonzo Longabaugh,
The Sundance Kid?
You?
a general leading his Legion of the Dead.
Good.
You told us before that you've seen him alive.
He was alive.
Non, c'est bon, Non, 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 non. C'est
Then I heard a
bon.
voice call to me
T'es
from afar.
mort.
It was Robert Leroy Parker, a.k.a. Butch Cassidy, coming at me from out of the fog.
Thanks for taking care of that bastard.
Butch Cassidy, Sundance Kid et Silas Greaves, le bon, la brute et le mourant. Bah le mourant du coup je suppose que c'est Sundance Kid,
But
le
the kid
bon
wasn't
c'est moi
quite deceased. Not yet.
et la
Takes more
brute.
than one little bullet to kill the likes of me, partner.
Ouais.
Those two looked like they hadn't seen each other for quite a while. Clearly, they were no longer amigos.
Shit. I was hoping I wouldn't have to
Butch
kill you.
Cassidy.
You won't have to, Butch. I'm killing you first.
Je pense à Butch
asked
dans
him
Resident
about Bob
Evil.
Bryant. They were
Oula!
too busy
Red
with
Dead
their own
Redemption.
heated conversation.
Let me get this shit straight. You want my money and the love of my life?
You
Apparemment.
figured it all away, Butch. Edda's mine. So is that damn money.
I didn't want to shoot anybody until I had an answer to my question. But those boys didn't give me much of a choice.
Encore un duel là. C'est pas ouf hein. Dans un duel. Ah. À toi. Mais... Non, bah non. Bah ouais, mais j'étais focalisé sur vos têtes, pas sur mon arme aussi. Ah ouais, mineur. Mais je sais même pas ce qui me regarde. Ah mais non. Mais j'étais là, c'est le mec qui me regardait même pas vraiment. D'accord. C'est bon, je sais que dans tous les cas, c'est lui qui va me dire. Promis. Mais non, 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 non. Je l'ai marre. Je vous déteste. Les deux. Autant que vous êtes. Non! Mais non, mais non, mais... C'est quoi? Il est en train de me regarder. Il est en train de me regarder. Puis c'est en mode vitesse bien et tout. Non, excusez-moi. Mais en fait, il n'y en a aucun qui me regarde là. Je suis sûre que c'est l'autre qui m'a tué, encore une fois. Mais en fait, si les deux me regardent, moi, je peux rien faire. C'est pas ouf. Franchement, c'est pas bien ce qu'ils font. J'ai oublié.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid died there in that cemetery not 6 months ago.
Puis j'allais rater la vitesse pour attraper l'arbre. Je suis contente. Redémarrer la mission n'importe quoi, je cherche qu'à l'air pas assez. Par contre, plus jamais je vais faire un duel à 3. Hein. Mais en fait, il fallait clairement regarder ceux qui me regardent pas, comme ça, genre j'ai le temps de le tuer et l'autre il s'occupe.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were killed by the Bolivian army. Everybody knows that.
That's the legend, but it ain't the truth.
So, you never found Bob?
There is no Bob. This old sumbitch ain't even Silas Greaves.
Sir, is that true? Have you been pulling our legs this whole time?
Well, not the whole time.
Oh man, I think you've worn out your welcome here.
Maybe you're right, Jack. Maybe it's time to pay. You see, Ben, or should I say Bob, your past always catches up with you.
Donc c'est Bob Bryan.
I was a different man back then, crazy. Drinking, I've changed my ways, I swear to you. If I could turn back the clock,
But you can't, Bob.
Vengeance, rédemption. Vengeance, rédemption. J'ai envie de mettre vengeance quand même. Rédemption.
why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along. Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Wanted to suss you out, Bob. See what kind of man you turned out to be. Maybe prod you into drawing on me. See, all those years on your trail turned me into a killer. Can't even remember who I was before you tried to murder me. You, on the other hand, walked that very same path in exactly the opposite direction.
What do you mean by that?
You think your life is worth sparing, Bob? Boy, what's your name again?
It's Eisenhower, sir. Dwight Eisenhower.
What do you plan to do with your life, Dwight Eisenhower?
Tomorrow I'll be leaving for West Point, sir.
So, you want to be a soldier? Well, then do it right, son. Don't tear down the world out of anger and spite like I did. You build it up. You do something decent with your life, you hear me?
Sir? Yes, sir.
I won't have it said I left you with nothing, Bob.
Fini comme ça. This is the end. Non, tiens, quand tu chantais pendant le truc, c'était assez perturbant de ouf. Gna, gna, gna. Oh, et McCall. L'aîné des frères McCall, fils d'un propriétaire terrien de Géorgie, s'est battu pour les Confédérés pendant la guerre de sécession. Après la mort de son père à Antietam, son frère et lui continuent le combat, rétrogradé sergent pour insubordination durant la bataille d'Atlanta. Après la guerre, il s'acquiert une nouvelle notoriété pour son adresse au tir, sa férocité et l'anti-cuirasse de conquistador qu'il porte en guise de plastron. Il obtient cette réputation au prix de nombreux meurtres, en particulier dans sa lutte contre le peu réduisant Juarez Mendoza, chef d'une armée de mendiants qui terrorise la frontière depuis son palais aux abords de Juarez, Mexique. Après des années d'errance et de duels, Ray McCall se fait pasteur et laisse sa vie de violence derrière lui. Hélas, il n'aura pas droit à une vie de tranquillité et doit reprendre les armes à un âge avancé pour traquer son neveu, soupçonné d'avoir tué son frère et sa femme. Il meurt en 1884, abattu par le même Juarez Mendoza, dont il avait déjà croisé la route. avec au moins la satisfaction de savoir que son tueur le rejoindra dans la tombe. Étonnamment, les livres d'histoire demeurent muets sur cet homme extraordinaire que fut Ray McCall, pasteur pistolero. Ah mais du coup, il n'y a pas son frère. Mémoire. Est-ce que je fais la dernière pour voir qu'est-ce qu'il fait en vengeance ou pas? Ouais, non. Il y a quoi en arcade? Tête de l'icône. Pas ouf. Bon, le jeu m'a éjecté, il m'a dit dégage. Super. Bon, bah du coup, je crois qu'on va s'arrêter là vu que j'ai fini le jeu. Du coup, vu que j'ai fini que la Juarez, bah du coup, je vais faire Far Cry pour les prochaines fois. Si je dis pas de bêtises. Ouais, normalement c'est Far Cry. Soit Far Cry ou soit GTA. Ouais, je commence à partir du 3. Je verrai. Normalement c'est Far Cry. Ouais. Du coup, ouais, je commencerai par le premier Far Cry et ensuite on continuera la saga jusqu'au dernier. Du coup, on se retrouve pour vendredi avec Batman Arkham Origins. Et si je le finis, je ferai Battlegate, c'est ça. Ouais, Blackgate, je le ferai. Et je ferai aussi les DLC de Arkham City et Origins, parce que je les avais pas fait la dernière fois. Du coup, je vous souhaite à tous une bonne nuit et on se retrouve vendredi. Tchuss! Bye. Bonne nuit, des Mr. et Mrs. Bonne nuit, bonne nuit.